Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Tea Talk. You are on episode 5 with Mistress Boston.
And Jess the Ticklish.
And very overcomplicated.
And a small packet of M&Ms that isn't enough to fill you, but will make you buy a second pack.
Oh, and this is Tea Talk. Alrighty, so, just a few moments ago, before we actually started recording, someone had come to me and said that the topic they would like us to discuss today is that someone or someones have been going around the community telling certain members to kill themselves or just, being some sort of overall douchebag. And they would like us to say something about it. First of all, no matter what a person has done, no matter how full of hatred you might be for somebody, even if you don't know them very well, that is not something you say to a person. You do not know how hard a person's life is or what they're going through. So really, that is just not something you should say in general, because eventually, with enough talk, it could be a possibility that they might listen. And there is no reason to end a person's life like that. So don't do that.
Mm-hmm. I don't care at all. That's just generally, a fucked up thing to do in the first place. But, it's even if you're just, joking, kill yourself. No, you don't joke about that shit whatsoever. That's not okay at all. How fucking dare you? I'm really pissed off about this, actually.
My message to the person or persons is to just stop, because it's unnecessary and you're doing more damage than you probably intend to. And yeah, especially people on Tumblr, because a lot of people struggle with anxiety and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And people shouldn't be trying to make it worse, because it's a lot harder to make it better. Yeah.
As the psychologist in the room, right? If whoever did this is listening, starters, just stop being a prick. It's not hard. Just whatever you're doing, stop and think, am I being a prick? If the answer is yes, don't do the fucking thing. Oh no, that was so hard. That took so much fucking time. Listen, you have no idea the potential mental health issues that people have. Seriously, you just fucking don't. You can never tell. That's the point. So, instead of telling people to kill themselves, why don't you reverse your thought process, and if you're going to leave someone an anon inbox, say, I hope you had a lovely day. Or just ask them what their favourite kind of flower is. Some shit like that, and that way, you probably can go to bed at night without feeling like a worthless waste of space, and they can go to bed at night thinking, oh, somebody was nice and asked about my day.
Or if you're really thoroughly angry with somebody, tell them up front, because in my personal experience, I've gone through, miscommunications of people being angry and not telling me and then getting wicked fucking pissy about it. If someone's pissed you off, tell them. They probably didn't mean to, or if they did, at least, there will be a discussion about it. Don't just try and actively seek out people to harm, even if you're not angry about it. Just don't fucking do it, please.
Which leads on to a great point, I think, which is, if you have something to say to someone, don't do it on Anon. Don't be a little chicken shit and be like, oh, well, this helps me vent. Vent in real life. You're entitled to your feelings. You're entitled to feel angry or upset, whatever. So just vent. If you have a problem with somebody, come off Anon, tell them to their face, get it sorted like an adult.
There's been so much crap going on recently with Anons, just in general, it's... Yeah, I turned off my messages because I couldn't take Anons anymore.
It's a feature I think that doesn't need to be there, really. Because that's the point.
If I may update with that, the person who told me about this said person, who was not the same Anon that had brought it up, said that they had told a miner that they had a crush on said miner. When the miner confronted this Anon about it and said that they couldn't control it, I didn't agree with them. Oh, I'm sorry, hang on. I was just a little confused about this Anon's writing. The person who said... Okay. I'm just going to read it word for word. The person who is being currently told to kill themselves, let's call them X, told a minor that they had a crush on said minor. When the minor confronted X about it, X said that they couldn't control it. I do not agree with the message of X trying to kill themselves, just trying to give a bit backstory behind it. Okay. Well,
So, did somebody say to X to kill themselves? I assume.
I guess the minor said that to the person who said that they had a crush on a minor to, get hacking off and yam and, go jump in a lake. Well, I mean,
Well,
that's kind of a confrontational issue to begin with because of the whole age difference of, well, I can understand that minor being a bit startled and being a bit scared, be it either because of a past thing, whatever, just, of course, feelings are feelings. You can't help what happens, but legality is a much more important thing over personal feelings. That minor could have taken the situation a bit better, admittedly, but it's still kind of a you and them sort of situation. Regardless, you shouldn't be telling people to jump off, fucking die anyways. So if you have a sort of, like we just said, if you have a problem with, someone, discuss it. Try and, really confront people. And again, like Alex said, don't do it on Anon. That gets nowhere. It really doesn't.
especially when it's something like if it's a situation like this where it's clearly a personal thing, do you genuinely think that there's an Anon out there, if they get the Anon, that they think, I wonder who this could be? I had a very brief argument with this one person, and immediately somebody has come on Anonymous and told me to kill myself. I wonder who it could be.
I wonder who it could be. Okay. Anything else anybody want to add to that? Okay.
Excellent. Well, that's
a good way to start it.
Hey!
So then, with that, let's get to the questions. And for our audience out there, just don't be a dick. Be a good person in life, please.
It's funny.
All right, first question of the night will be, have you explored the tickling communities of other media platforms such as Instagram, DeviantArt, Pinterest, FetLife, etc.? Me, this is actually my first experience with social, quote-unquote, media involving the fetish, so not really.
Yeah. No, Tumblr is not my first stop. This is the first place I actually made an account on, but in the past I've kind of browsed some other websites like DeviantArt and just casually searching things on Google, just laying in my bed on my phone.
Laying in your phone.
Thank you. But yeah, just casually searching. But then I was like, let's make Tumblr, and here we are.
I can't say that I have. I've looked, but I've only been able to find it on Tumblr. And it's also the only place I've made an account kind of for it and found as many other people that are into it as myself. So, no, I can't say that I have.
I have. Expanding on that, DeviantArt, I was around for a bit, but I did stuff on DeviantArt back in the day anyway, so it was a place I was familiar with. So on there, kind of, but again, you very rarely got to know people. TMF, I was on there for a bit, didn't really get to know people there very well. Theatre was on there. I was too young to be on these places, to be honest, which is a little bit of a problem. But then I aged, and then I wasn't too young, magically, because that's how time works. And Instagram I've never done. Where else? Anywhere? Experience Project was one that I fumbled around with back in the day, just to see what was happening. And Tumblr is the only one where I've made an account, and I've actually put the effort into getting to know people, and people have put the effort into getting to know me. So it's the only one I'd say that was successfully social.
Alrighty.
Tumblr is good.
Yeah.
God,
Very good
imagine if we
community.
started slagging off Tumblr now.
Oh, God.
I'd like to say that the community so far, I mean, while it has its bumps and issues, like everything, it's been pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
It's been pretty funny. All right. From the Lee perspective and Lur's perspective, is bonding always a necessary in a tickling session? Definitely not. No. I mean, just especially because, like, being pinned down and pinning down is so fucking fun. Or if you get, like, that Lee who just do it. Like, they just lay there and they're just giggling. Oh, that's fucking perfect. No, bondage is fucking necessary. Not all the time, at least. Like, it's fun. A little light stuff, sure, but not always.
Oh, I thought you said bonding at first, and I was like, I would hope so.
Well, I mean...
I was worried if you meant emotional or physical.
Yeah. I don't think so that much. Like, I've seen the photos and stuff on there for like scrolling down the dash from like official sessions, and some of the bondage stuff on there just looks kind of scary.
Yeah, some heavy bondage kind of freaks me out. I've heard actually is more rather for the aesthetic, the pleasing eye of it for, you know, because that's what porn is. It's supposed to look good, not feel good.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I don't.
That is the darkest opinion of like a seasoned porn actress. As she flicks a cigarette away. It's supposed to look good, not feel good.
But yeah, no, I don't think I'd personally, if I was ever. Yeah, okay.
So we're talking like physical bonding.
Yes.
I think so.
I don't think it's necessary, no, because no, I don't think so. But it can make things better, that being said. So it all depends on what everyone's comfortable with and like, yeah, whether you have it and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think sometimes it's good.
I'm not really a fan of it into itself personally. So if you were to offer me with or without, I would say without. But again, you know, necessity is such a strange term in this system, because if the other person wants it, then obviously the more nonchalant of the two is more likely to oblige, and you go, yes, okay, if this is something you need for it, then fair enough, I'll go with it. So I think for me personally, it falls onto how the other person feels comfortable. I don't like it personally. I'm not into it because it's much more fun if everybody's sort of free and they just melt into each other, like as kind of soppy but also gross as that sounds. So yeah,
It was cute.
shut the fuck up.
The first words. The first fluster.
That's McFlurry section.
Fuck off. My mouth. My.
Plus, you okay? I think James is sat next to it. I think James needs to just
Just take over for me, man.
Get the chloroform out. Just give her a few hours of sleep.
Oh. I could probably. I need more sleep. I always need more sleep. Anyway, so. Okay, technically I already answered that one. Are you the big spoon or the little spoon? I like both. I actually really like being the big spoon. My little 5-foot ass loves being the big spoon. I don't know. I can't even describe it. I just love to snuggle so much. It doesn't even matter. Stop waving a spoon at me.
I know.
I had one on hand.
Oh my god. Nah, I'm a little spoon. I like being all wrapped up in somebody's embrace. I'm a needy bitch, so
Come hold me.
I just want affection. That's all. But yeah, no, I'm definitely probably the little spoon. And it's not because I'm tiny, because I'm quite tall, but
How tall are you?
5'7".
Are you fucking serious? Wow.
Yeah.
I thought you were like 5 feet tall.
No, I'm 5'7". I'm quite tall.
That's awesome.
That is quite tall.
I mean, I'm done growing, but yeah.
I think I actually prefer both, like equally. I don't mind being the big or little spoon. They're both equally comforting in their own way. So, I think, yeah, whatever the other person prefers.
I am the big spoon in most situations because I'm 6'2", and if I'm the little spoon, that means the other person is most likely Hodor from Game of Thrones or Shrek. So it's a little bit worrying.
Bullshit.
All right. There's people who are 6'3" and above, but not people I go out with, oddly enough.
Well, I mean, but it's not impossible. I've dated people who are 6 feet tall.
It's called jetpacking, apparently.
Is it really? That's awesome.
I told this to my partner this last week gone. I was like, babe, it's called jetpacking. Jetpack me. And because I quite like it, so I'm about a 90-10 split of being the big spoon to the little spoon. And while she was quote-unquote jetpacking me, she said, do you want me to make a jetpack sound? Yes, please. And I, on my bed, pretended to fly around.
That's awesome.
That's so great.
That's beautiful.
Oh my goodness.
She then hit me for being a child and demanded she be a little spoon again.
Shit knows.
Not that no-nonsense relationship. Whew. Although overall, whatever spoon helps you eat your soup. Anyway. Don't look at me like that.
I love you so much. Oh my god.
That is the most Jaden Smith movie I have ever heard. I'm not the big spoon or the little spoon. I'm the soup spoon. Hashtag Jaden Smith.
I'm not any spoon. I'm a fork.
Sweet Wheel of Horizon.
Sobs into a lean cuisine. Anyway. What's something you fear? I feel like we kind of answered this on episode 3, but I guess we can kind of further elaborate with that. Well, I know I mentioned that one thing I've always wanted is financial stability, and that's because of how heavily I fear not necessarily being, not getting rich. I don't need to be rich. I want to be able to, feel comfortable spending my money as I please for both necessities and for leisure spending. So definitely not having financial stability is something I absolutely fear as a college student and always just in general as a person. Beyond that, vomiting. Can't stand vomiting. I have a massive vomit phobia. End of story.
Oh, hey, we getting deep. Okay, well, I posted something, a little bit something about this the other day, so kind of, and I was not in a quite very good place, but shout out to all the people that kind of brought me back up, thank you. But I really fear, like, rejection, just people kind of telling me to go away. It stems back to my childhood, not really going to get into that very much, but it's something that greatly terrifies me so much that it keeps me from doing things like asking friends if I can come hang out with them, and it affects me so much, and it's awful.
Same.
Yay.
That's fear number one. I think it's a whole, worrying whether people actually care about you. Like, if you didn't, make conversation or, ask to see them, would you just lose them? That happening with people that you care about is, a massive fear of mine. Just not having people care. And fear number 2 would be wasps. I hate wasps. Wasps are the devil, and because they can sting you infinitely, and you can't get away. And it's just, it's the worst. I hate wasps.
Rejection is a good one because my self-worth and self-esteem are so dangerously Mariana's Trench low that I it's called filtering and at some level internalization as well. I see any form of very minute rejection as basically the other person saying, I hate everything that you physically are or will ever be. And that's like, oh, well, fantastic. Good stuff.
I feel that 100%.
So, yeah, rejection's a good one. Other than that, I am afraid of going downhill. And that is a legit thing because I fell down a mountain when I was 14 years old. I am genuinely terrified of going downhill at any speed.
I thought you meant that metaphorically, at least. I was like, that's understandable. I mean,
I
is
guess
it?
like my life spiraling down.
I mean, going down, falling down is also very reasonable. But sorry, my interpretation of that was wrong.
Just going down the thing. Like if it's a very slight incline and I'm going down it, I freak the fuck out.
So, like, do you not like going down hills in a car? Or, like...
Car is fine because I'm like, well, between me and the ground, there is a huge metal vehicle.
That's fair.
So I take it you're not good on roller coasters.
Love roller coasters.
Oh, okay.
I think it's more like if you were on rollerblades going down the steepest fucking hill you can find, yeah, I'd probably be a little freaked out.
I would weep. I would openly weep and probably set on fire.
Alright, good to move on to the next question, I think. Would it be fun if the tables were turned and all the lees tickled the lures? That's kind of difficult when half the lures usually are not ticklish.
Yeah.
Alex, I'm looking at you.
Fuck you, guy.
Well, that's kind of the entire fun of being a Switch. That's kind of my entire trope, is that I'm both a massive Lee and a massive lure at the same time. So yeah, it's a fucking, great to get your revenge or just kind of like, tickle fights or whatever. That's cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, unlike most, I see a lot of people in the community are like Switches these days, but I'm just a single little Lee. But wait, what was I saying? So I don't think I would ever. I don't think the tables would switch. I mean, it'd be fun probably, but I don't know. I don't know how it would go because I could never imagine myself being the one to do the tickling. I'm always the one that receives it. Yeah.
As a lure, that is like a nightmare situation, and I hope that never comes to fruition. Because that would be terrible. I would not be in for a fun time. Yeah.
Little story's over. I'm not ticklish though. Lees have tried. Every single Lees that I've ever interacted with has been like, I'm gonna get revenge on you, and I have to just look at them with a blank face. Like, you do realize if you try, it's the equivalent of a 6-year-old trying to take out Mike Tyson. You're gonna get destroyed because I have no morality. Let's go.
Let's go.
I assume Mike Tyson has no morality. I've never met the gentleman, but look at him. Bites people's ears off.
Rorschach style. Ooh, here's a good question. Milk white or dark chocolate? I love dark chocolate.
Which is ironic because you are the whitest human being.
Wow! Way to pull the race card. Whoa.
I can't. Sorry, you're against a white background. All I can see is red hair and nothing else.
All right. Okay.
I'd say throwing shade, but I still wouldn't be able to see you in it. So.
So wait, we're talking about milk here, right?
We're talking about chocolate, not milk.
What is dark milk? So what
Bad milk.
Milk, chocolate milk, or dark milk?
Is that like dark matter?
Anger leads to suffering. Suffering leads to the dark milk.
Leave me alone. Okay, I'm good. Probably just milk, I guess. Please move on to someone else now. I need to cry.
What's wrong with you, the dark milk is?
Stop! Now I'm sponsoring Star Wars milk. Join the dark milk.
Do it.
To a meme. I think milk chocolate is actually my least favorite of all chocolate, which is unusual. But I love, it's like dark chocolate and then white chocolate and then milk chocolate. But dark chocolate and white chocolate are really close because they're both really quite different. Dark chocolate's very rich, but white chocolate's very sweet.
Yeah, I think that's probably why I can't do white chocolate that much. I'm not as much of a sweet person as some are.
Action on your soul.
Right? Matches my soul, my bitter soul.
So yeah, that's my answer.
I really don't like dark chocolate because it's bitter and it reminds me too much of myself. So
Same.
I have to.
Like coffee.
Coffee I don't mind, but I have to put like sugar in it because for me defeats the fucking purpose.
Well, guess I can never drink coffee around
I have
you.
no sugars in my coffee. So.
There you go. Like some people say, I'll make you coffee, and you go like, I don't really like bitter drinks. Oh well, I'll put some sugar in it. Just get me a non-bitter drink.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I used to have sugars, and then someone told me like that I should just enjoy coffee for what it is and not have any sugars at all. So I did.
Let the coffee be true to itself. I think milk is probably the best because it's the most median. White doesn't have a lot of flavour to me. It doesn't really have that much going on.
What doesn't?
White. It doesn't have that much flavour.
That's usually how most people feel about dark chocolate. Like I've even had experience with dark chocolate that like it almost tastes like water. In the sense that it's almost so bitter that it's bland. Whereas white chocolate
This is true. But like I think dark chocolate's too flavorful. It's like being punched in the head by a really bitter cocoa bean.
That's fair.
My wife left me. I'm sorry, cocoa bean, but it wasn't my fault.
That was so accurate.
We should make our own brand, abusive cocoa bean chocolate. So bitter you'll think that the wife took the kids as well.
Oh my god, people are gonna kill us on this. Oh man, anyway.
So bitter Leonardo DiCaprio's jealous of it.
Oh man.
No, that's good.
He should.
I think if he doesn't this time, he's genuinely not going to show up to any more Oscar ceremonies.
I wouldn't blame the kid, honestly. The poor thing.
I think they're doing it on purpose now.
They need to keep the meme alive.
Yeah.
Electric Mimulu.
If he does win one, though, I can't send out any more of like those. When Valentine's Day comes around, I can't send out any more Leonardo DiCaprio Valentines. Like, if your name was Oscar, I'd go for you.
Okay, next question. Favorite Disney movie? Well, I guess that doesn't really have to be a musical. Oh, fuck. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna come back to this one, at least for me. Jess, take it away.
Okay, yay! I love Disney movies so much. I'm sorry, I'm really excited about this question.
So it seems.
What is it? What was I gonna say? Shit. Peter Pan is definitely my favorite Disney movie. I watched it all the time when I was a kid, and with the animation version, the musical, the live action version of it, just anything in general, I fucking love Peter Pan, man.
What was the question? Sorry, I was trying to fix my...
Favorite Disney movie?
There's so many. I'm sorry if I'm all like cutting out and stuff. My internet's like really bad. Just off the top of my head, I think The Lion King holds a special place in my heart. I love it. And the music was really good. That's it.
Mine is. This is a huge cop out. Kind of Free Tide. So, by favorite Disney movie, the person who asked obviously meant favorite 3 Disney movies. You're welcome, Anon. I thought I'd just help you out with the context there. Atlantis, The Lost Empire, is one of my favorites because it made me want to be a scientist and a neurolinguist. So that's kind of cool. So that helped me choose my career path. So Hercules, because Hercules is freaking cool, and the music in it is fantastic. It might not be as heartful as the one in The Lion King, but the tunes are at least interesting. And the last one is Emperor's New Groove, because of all the fourth wall breaking it does, which always makes me laugh. So it's basically pick a Disney film with an ancient civilization theme, and that's going to be my favorite.
And hey, guess who's in Hercules? Danny DeVito!
Philoctetes. The satyr.
Okay. With enough thinking, I honestly have to say Hunchback of Notre Dame. The music, the animation, and the fact that nobody gives it enough credit. And, well, I might not necessarily be a religious person in general. I do study religion and have been for years. In general, that movie is just very, very well done, in my opinion. Like, it was definitely around the era of when Disney was very raw. And it was always just so good to me, like, even as a child, when I didn't understand it as much. So, yeah, I think Hunchback of Notre Dame takes the cake.
Fun fact, if you did not know, that has actually been, just very recently, it's been made into a musical. Like a legit musical. Like it played,
kidding.
It played at Paper Mill Playhouse in New Jersey. I think there are plans to bring it to Broadway, but I'm not 100% certain. But I've seen videos and stuff for it, and it is beautiful.
Shout out to Frollo and the Hellfire song, because that shit is fucking intense.
Right?
Hellfire.
I actually heard a female version of that literally gave me goosebumps, and it takes a lot for music to do that for me. Oh, my goodness. I'll post a link to it if you guys are actually interested in hearing it. Her name's Anna. Phenomenal singer. Absolutely wonderful.
One thing I love is when, like, somebody does it on YouTube, they'll, like, pitch shift Disney songs. So it's like, I've listened to this a million times, like, someone pitch shifted Let It Go, so it sounds like it's a guy singing it, and it sounds so good. Like, just with general, whenever someone does that with Disney songs, I love it.
I love multi-language ones, too. Like, I used to know, I don't know if anybody liked this movie besides me, Little Mermaid 2. Also probably my second favorite.
I've never seen it.
Oh, it's really cute. It's like Ariel gets a daughter, and it's really cute in my opinion. I used to know, what the fuck is the song called? For a Moment. Used to know that I think 13 languages. Like, it wasn't like all full, the entire song. It was like bits in different languages, which I thought was really cool.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's a good way to learn a new language.
Absolutely. That's how I know even like some relevance of Japanese. I couldn't have a conversation, but I can sing you, Alice of Human Sacrifice from Vocaloid without an issue.
Oh, Vocaloid.
Love me some Vocaloid. What are you laughing at?
I'd love to go out fucking Japan with you. Somebody comes, like, bumps into you. Oh, Shimase. And then you just fucking burst into yacht or some shit. Ooh, no. Imama.
Just start singing fucking One Punch! Or, fucking the theme to, Ouran High School Host. I only know that in English, though, and mostly because I turned that into the dirtiest fucking thing you could ever think of.
I know, I love Ouran.
I do, too. That's actually one of my favorite animes, which, I already answered that question then, but we'll get back to that one. What are some of your guilty pleasures? I don't really consider anything a guilty pleasure. I mean, if you like it, you like it. And fuck anybody who tells you otherwise. But if I had to guess, I'd honestly say I still love watching kids shows. I am 20 years old and I will sit in my fucking PJs and watch Blue's Clues like it's fucking nothing. And I will answer those goddamn questions and I will cry when Steve goes to college.
Can I just point out, Blue's a girl?
Yes, we all knew that.
These guys told me this a few days ago and genuinely blew my fucking mind. I had to
Blew
sit
it?
down. I was doggone shocked, and I had to sit down and think for about 3 minutes about my childhood and what was true in life.
We have a picture of it.
Literally, they took a picture because I was sat there contemplating for so long. Like,
Blue was a girl.
what if Dexter's a girl?
I think Brendan has it somewhere.
I have it.
You have it? Oh my
I just have this picture.
It's beautiful. Okay, guilty pleasure. Let me think. I can sit down for an entire day and binge watch Law and Order SVU. Just the entire. There are times where my sister judges me so much for this, but I'll be sitting there and I can speak the theme song, like the intro, along with them, and every time it's like, these are their stories, dun dun. Like I do it every single time, and I just fucking love that show.
I don't know. I can't think of anything. The only thing that comes to mind is all the things I do as procrastination for the things that I actually have to get done in my life.
You enjoy that?
No. Well,
You enjoy the things you do while you're doing it?
I suppose.
Oh, there you
They're
go.
not terrible things. I spend a lot of time just cleaning up, reorganizing folders on my computer. I spend heaps of time just renaming things and making everything giving everything the right title and all that kind of stuff. And I just like to avoid making music or whatever. Yeah. So I'll do all kinds of organizing stuff, and I'd clean up random things around the house. Yeah.
My guilty pleasure, which most of my friends know about,
You're not alone.
is why we gotta be throwing out people's weaknesses like that.
Because everyone knows it already, so shush.
Everyone knows them.
Not everyone. There might be some people in France that haven't.
You made your own post about it, you little shit.
You did.
Yeah, that's true. That's kind of.
Yeah, so don't
okay,
fucking yell at me for that, you little shit.
Everyone follows me. My guilty pleasure is live-action Japanese kid shows.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Kamen Rider or Super Sentai, which is their Power Rangers. I fucking.
I thought
love
you said
that shit.
super hentai. I was like, that is not a kid's show. Are you sure about that?
I mean, also, no, I can't get down with that. No, Super Sentai or Kamen Rider are my two. They are the nerdiest fucking shows. They are so cheesy,
Nandeska?
basically. But they're I can't stop. They're superhero shows, so I'm it's why I got into comic books and stuff like that. So I was like, go on. And I grew up with Power Rangers, so I just feel like I'm just watching that again. So yeah, so those are my guilty pleasures. Also, killing orphans, but mainly that stuff.
Orphan Nectar. So I know this question was kind of touched on, I think maybe episode 2, I'm not entirely sure, but I think this is a good question to kind of revisit. Besides the T word, what are other words or phrases that make you cringe or giddy or tingly, or are good words for using to tease Lees? Example being coochie coochie coo, tickle tickle tickle. Ugh, I can't even say it. Okay, gotta get it out. Shake it off. I'm sorry for all of that. Ugh.
That's exactly what Taylor Swift was talking about.
It's it's making my tongue itch. Ugh. I definitely think pet names as a lure are definitely fun to do. Just being that condescending little shit that aw, honey, you're cutie, you're sweet, fucking bullshit like that. But me personally, as a Lee, Oof. Just hearing any variation of the T word can fucking, like, render me, like, squirmy as shit. Like, it... Especially, like, just hearing ticklish. Like, just making fun of me for that and I'm, like, dead. Or just, like, saying it in the most, like, inconvenient way, like, in public, and I'm fucked. Like, absolutely blasted. And I'm revealing way too much information. Just feel free to, take this off my hands.
I don't want to reveal too much. I talk too much. Damn
Same.
it. Okay. No, I kind of really feel kind of most exactly everything that you just said. If you just kind of talk to me like you're teasing me or something like that, I guess, yeah. I turned into a blushing, squirming mess, and it's, no. Basically, this happened so much before, like, if you call me adorable, I'm done. I'm absolutely done. I turned into a blushing mess, and it's not okay. Shit, someone else go.
In terms of words that make me, like, cringe or, like, phrases that make me uncomfortable, the word moist
No!
has always been...
That happened on episode 2 as well.
Oh, yeah!
Go there then, damn it!
It's the only one I can think of.
I specifically avoided saying that word, so what happened afterwards with the million anon messages I got won't happen again, and it's gonna happen again. Fuck.
Yeah, why are you guys telling each other to kill yourselves when you could literally just inbox the word moist and do even more damage?
No.
True. Oh, it's such a gross word.
It is.
No, you know what's another really gross one is, like, crusty.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I'm like, ugh.
I am not a Lee, and I don't tease anyone. I've never done a teasing thing. It's not obviously something I do.
You're such a fucking liar. Don't even smile like that.
I've never... Guys, when have I ever done anything of the sort? Can you provide evidence?
Yes.
Yeah, it's called
What?
It's called your blog.
fucking blog.
Aside from that, I have never... Aside from every single time I've ever interacted with anyone, I've never teased anyone. So, there's no words that get me. There's no words. There are certain words that if you call me outside of this, then I will struggle, and we will not go into what those words are, because I guarantee you one of these two girls are going to say them anyway and fill at the end of the sentence. So do you know what? Just fucking have at it. Go for it now.
Oh, that was a really cute answer, Alex.
There's,
Oh, aren't you adorable?
You're such a teddy bear.
Jesus fucking Christ. Yes. Calling me anything like that is likely to make me go red to the point where I am a nuclear danger area and will potentially explode. But aside from that, nothing really gets to me.
That happened. That would not be very cute at all.
That's not entirely true, though. Like, the word can get to you, it's just you have to do it right.
Well, you have to do it a certain way, but like I've gotten better with it.
That's fair enough.
And like I say, I don't think I never tease personally. I don't think teasing has any place.
Shut the fuck up, you
Shut up.
fucking liar. You
don't think
are a
it really
piece of
affects
shit.
people.
Lying through your teeth, it ain't
Have
working.
you
This is
ever
a song
scrolled
about
the
you
notes
being
of
a
some of
liar.
your audio posts? Because,
I have scrolled through the notes on my audio posts.
yeah, so you know it does have to do something, man.
Okay, third question is, do you have any questions over your break? So I'm assuming, if, college, February break, school, whatever. I actually don't even know what the fuck my March break is. When it is, even. I'd like to travel. I'd like to go on a mini vacation, because I can't remember the last time I actually did that. But outside of that, probably just, doing my own pieces outside of homework, just kind of relaxing, even though I barely know how to do that. And by that I mean actually reading the 12 books that I've bought over the past couple months. Yeah, I'd like to make a dent more in that pile. Because I just bought another book. Even though I have 6 left to read. Don't look at me like that.
That's a good idea.
I don't think my break isn't until like April. Or no, is it? No, it's March this year. But just in general, I think for a while I'm probably in rehearsals, to be perfectly honest, because the way my scheduling works, the current show I'm in right now for my school, so that ends, and then literally not about 2 days later, I have auditions for the local theater company here in my town, so I literally jump from show to show all the time, so that is what I'm constantly doing.
That's awesome, though. Good for you.
It's so tiring.
Oh, I know.
Well, I'm actually in the 4th month of my break because I'm in the period between when Year 12 ends and university starts, or college or whatever.
Okay.
So I start on the 29th, but I've just been doing music, really. That's pretty much. And then work should start in the next 2 weeks. My job. And that's it, really. That's pretty much all I do.
Sorry, I'm yawning because it's late, not because you guys are boring.
It's like,
I mean, maybe.
yeah.
Never know.
It's fucking 20 to 2 here, which was a great idea. I just had my February reading week, as we call them, and I spent it. Let's see. I rolled out a pilot of one of our studies. I rolled out the second stage of a different study. I scanned some brain images, and I did some programming to code for another study. So you can tell there's a theme there in that my reading week didn't involve so much reading as it did me sat at my computer wondering why in the name of God I did what I do.
So you played with puppies, right?
So many puppies. And, I suppose I had a few days off to have a Valentine's thing.
Aw, with the wifey.
That was nice. Saw some pelicans.
Did you fuck them?
Proceeded to
Fuck the pelicans.
Proceeded to fuck the pelicans. Their bottom beaks, I thought they were like hard. I thought they were like normal beak material, but they're not. They're fleshy and veiny. That's how they expand.
Yeah, that's kind of...
Were you casually going around just stroking pelican beaks?
Well, I mean, he's got the pelican kink, too.
My partner touched a swan. There was like a swan that came up to her and she was like, touch the swan. I was like, don't touch the fucking swan. Because A, it's 4 foot tall, and B, if it doesn't like you, it'll break your arm. Because swans can do that.
Dude, birds are fucking vicious.
Right? But yeah, pelican bottom beaks, they're just really gross. They're kind of like a frog thing going on there. So if you ever see a pelican in real life, punch it in the throat. Same.
What is your favorite anime? I kind of revealed this one earlier in that previous discussion. Ouran High School Host Club. I've watched it, I think, 4 times thoroughly, and I still fucking love it. Close second will probably be like One Punch Man.
I'm gonna agree with Ouran. Ouran was the first anime I watched, and it started my downward spiral into my weeaboo-ness.
Weeb. Weeb trash.
Yep, I'm a weeb. I literally, this past summer, when I was at a convention, I literally cosplayed as Haruhi. So
that's awesome.
And then it's a tie though with Ouran, and then I love Black Butler so much. Like, that's one of my favorites too.
Nice. I'm gonna get like paid out, but I don't actually watch animes.
How fucking dare you?
Shows, really, at all. The only anime I really watched a little bit of was Bleach, because my friend showed it to me. But apart from that, I don't really know any, or have watched any.
I've watched a couple. I've watched a few. I'm not like super well versed or anything, but when I was a teenager, I watched more. I watched Bleach, like you said. So, Jaden, I'm with you. Bleach was alright. I watched a bit and then stopped because it got a bit, I don't know, it just got boring for me personally. My favourite could be... Yeah. My favorite could be Dragon Ball Z because I grew up with Dragon Ball Z and it's like the quintessential, like, how do you make a male demographic anime? You have huge buff men who are aliens screaming until they literally blow up planets. And as a fucking 8-year-old boy, I was like, this is everything I'll need.
James approved.
James is sat there like, yeah, boy. He didn't actually say that or anything. Aside from that, Full Metal Alchemist because it's a smart anime. Brotherhood specifically.
I love Brotherhood so much.
It was very intelligent. It improved on the first one, stuck to the manga, which was good. But it didn't have as much screaming as Dragon Ball Z, and really that was half of the appeal.
I sobbed at the end of Brotherhood. Oh my god.
Oh, it was good. It was a satisfactory ending, I think.
Yeah.
Everyone went away happy.
Yeah. You know,
Apart
it's
from
a...
Hughes.
Don't. No.
Hughes. Anybody who's watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood will get that line.
Oh.
Everybody else, sorry.
What is the funniest thing you've ever seen ever? So, I laugh very easily at a lot of things. However, there's a specific Vine out there that has absolutely left me and Angus doubled over in laughter for 20 minutes several times. And that's a... it's a smash dub of... I'm trying to explain it and I'm fucking dying. It's this little fucking baby husky little puppies walks in and the and behind the camera's like, Remy sit, the dog sits, speak, and it just goes, fuck.
Oh, yeah, no.
It's so fucking funny. And it just gets better every time you play it.
Oh god.
I'll post a link to that too, if you guys are interested.
I want to see this. Okay.
Taking that hair,
Funniest thing I've
Jamie.
ever seen. My life. So. Because my life's a fucking joke. No. What is it? Oh, it's probably the video. Why are you buying clothes at the soup store? Fuck you! I love that video so much. And then all the different adaptations for it, like spin-offs of it. Like, what have I seen? I think I've seen a
Undertale.
Doctor Who one. The Undertale one. I think I've seen a Doctor Who one of it. Oh my god, I love it so much. It never fails to make me smile.
There was a video I saw on Tumblr. It wasn't a Vine, but it was like a dude had filmed his dog and he would throw stuff at it in slow motion, like food. And then the dog would like try and catch it and it would just fail and it would like hit it on its face or on its like body or whatever. And it would try so hard and it could never catch anything. Oh, it was so funny. I was like crying.
Most of the stuff I really enjoy comes from other people failing. So most of the stuff in my life that I find super funny in my life is just being fucking idiots, or when I'm being a fucking idiot, which is more often. But in terms of like things you can actually go and watch, there's a film called Black Dynamite, and it has like a cartoon series as well. It's like a parody on 70s blaxploitation films, which were a huge industry, and it is so fucking funny. It's about this like Shaq-esque character who is just so badass. But he has no emotion whatsoever. But like they'll have the boom mic in the shot at one point when they're filming and it's supposed to be there, or they'll linger on a scene too long and he'll look around like somebody was supposed to call cut, and it's all just part of this. Is he in a film? Does he know he's in a film? How rubbish, how good is this?
Wait, what is this?
It's called Black Dynamite.
I want to see this.
It's at the point like he rips somebody's eyes out and goes, "Can you see me now, you jive motherfucker?"
Oh my!
Screams it. He full on screams the line, and I lost it.
Is that the video you used for your laughing audio?
No, that was Mock the Week, which is a popular top news show over here. But no,
I'm like-
Has anyone seen Clay World?
Clay
Any chance? Clay World with a K.
No.
Nope.
I didn't expect it. It's on YouTube. but I won't. Just
What
sit
is
here
it?
and figure out. Like,
I want to change my answer, guys.
What?
okay,
It's okay, because I just remembered it. It was this video. It's this guy. It's like snowing outside. He has his dog in his arms, and he's like, "It's such a it's such a beautiful day outside." It's like whatever the dog's name is. Go for a run, and he throws his dog, and the dog just lands in the snow, like it flukes into the snow, and it's the best thing.
You know that's actually not real, right?
yeah, that freezes.
Yeah, that was actually just a water bottle wrapped in the same dog's coat. Because a lot of people were like, "Oh, animal
Guys.
abuse."
Jesus, I realise I'm a cruel, cold-hearted bastard, but don't tell us Santa Claus isn't real now.
Sorry.
No.
No, it's well. Do you want a dog hurt? No, I'm kidding. But yeah, sorry, that was fake. I ruined it all. I ruined everything.
Jesus. How Too Basic as well. How Too Basic is fucking hilarious.
That too.
Different is the word.
Yeah, right. Unique.
Watch his fruitcake one.
I like his. I think.
Sets fire to a
What did
pile
he
of
do?
fruit.
I think he did one for like taking a piss that I fucking died at.
Oh, that one.
Because he works in like a supermarket, so he gets all the off food.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's so crazy.
It
was so funny.
literally, it was doing a fruitcake, and it was this 4 foot tall, massive pile of fruit, and he must just doused it in lighter fluid and set it on fucking fire.
It wasn't even
Oh man. If you had the option to change any one thing about yourself, would you? And if so, what is that one thing you would change? Oof. Yeah, we're going back to the deep questions.
Everything? Is everything? Everything?
Yeah, I was gonna say everything.
Seriously, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to think I've gotten to become a better person as I've aged. I mean, I'm only 20 years old, barely, and I still think I have more to learn in life and what have you. So I still have the opportunity to change everything. But if I had to change anything right now, honestly, I just want to be a more influential and significant person, like, even in the small ways, like, of my friend's life, because I try so hard to give as much as I can to the people that I love and that I care about, that I just want to be able to hear, because of you, I did this, or because of you, I survived another day, or because of you, I laughed today. Just in the little ways. So if I could change that one aspect of myself that I want to be a more influential person, that'd probably be it. Because, I mean, looks, they're gonna fucking change anyways. Personality, you change every fucking day, every year. It's all meta-fucking physical bullshit, so I guess that's probably it.
Probably for me, I would say definitely 100%. Like, I want to be more, I would change, like, the amount of confidence that I have, like, in myself, just in doing things in general. Like, I don't have very much confidence in a lot of things. Like, I'm very hesitant to do a lot of things, so I just wish I could change that a lot, be a little bit more brave to try new stuff, because it's quite bad. I'm just really afraid to do so many things, so, yeah.
It's hard to pick out one thing, to be perfectly honest. But I think if I could change anything, it would be to improve my ability to see projects through to completion. Because I start a lot of things and don't finish it, and it's getting me nowhere. So that's my answer.
It's a legit answer. That is it's a super legit answer. But my one thing would be everything. I hate myself and prefer it if I was just anyone else. But I'm guessing that doesn't count as a full answer. I'm guessing self-loathing doesn't count as an answer. So I would probably change my procrastination habit. I leave everything until the last minute. absolutely fucking everything. And I'll sit there and I'll stress about it. And I'll stress that I'm not doing the thing. But I'll watch like some videos on YouTube or something. And I'll half be watching the YouTube video and half be thinking, God, I have all this stuff that I need to do. I hate myself. And then when it comes down to the thing, I give myself literally the bare minimum amount of time to do it. So I'm sat there not really checking it through. So I'm like, it's fucking good enough, whatever. I genuinely need to stop. I've been doing it since I was a kid, and I give myself these excuses. Oh, the essay will flow better if it's done all in one sitting. The pressure to do it. No, fuck off. I am just stupid.
You find the most inspiration with panic.
That's bullshit. That's such bullshit. As a scientist, I don't need inspiration. I need to spell things correctly, get the data right, and analyze it properly. If I'm sat there at 2 o'clock in the morning when it's in at midday, like, fuck, perform an Hanover, shit, that doesn't help me.
I too masturbate all over my papers when I'm panicking about them.
That's why it's really...
Wow, I actually got James to laugh.
I've been trying not to respond.
I just a few wet wipes on the computer screen. There's no physical copy anymore. Because they asked me to stop, you see.
What is your...
Paper is hard to read.
You guys go to darkness.
Okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
Stop!
Stop!
Neuroimaging, yeah. Yeah, let me see your prefrontal cortex.
Stop.
God, please stop.
Let me see your biggest sex organ. My dick? No, your brain.
It is the biggest sex.
It is. Alright, so what's your favorite meme? Fuck. There's so many.
Again, I feel like all.
I love memes.
I think my current favorite meme is the tag yourself meme. I really do like that. That is too fucking funny. Because half the time I almost always find something relatable. And if not that, then like taking those like basic bitches fucking here's an image, here's some text over it, like just girly things or something. Love when people make fun of those. Fucking love it.
Filthy Frank.
Frank. Okay. One of my all-time favorites, of course, will always be John Cena.
Ugh.
He's... Oh no, I love John Cena. And then this literally just showed up like the other day. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's like, damn, Daniel, back at it again with the white bands.
I've just seen
And I felt everyone was doing it at school yesterday, and I felt so bad for my friend who doesn't have social media at all, and he's a very hipster kind of dude, and he was wearing white bands, and so the entire day everyone was like, damn, Daniel, back at it again with the white bands. And it's my favorite thing.
Wait, is that the meme about the guy who got jumped for his Vans?
Did he get jumped?
Oh yeah, I guess the guy got jumped, so.
Oh my god, poor Daniel.
And keep in mind, when I heard white vans, I thought, the honk honk and the vroom vroom vans. Not, the shoes.
You could have said car, you could have said the word vehicle, but instead you decided for all the 3-year-olds listening, you wanted to make it very clear that it was the thing that goes vroom vroom honk honk.
Actually, it was honk honk vroom vroom.
I'm sorry, so it was more like a goose in a car.
I hope there's no 3-year-olds listening. That'd be really bad parenting.
A mongoose, which is not a bird.
No, ladies and gents, this wonderful human being right here thought a mongoose was a kind of bird, as if somebody had taken goose.
I'm actually a terrible
Jamaica,
person.
And some guy came up was like, what's this? It's mongoose. Whose goose is this? Mongoose. I had to show them a picture of a mongoose because they didn't believe me.
Because he kept saying, what a lovely pelt, and I'm like, what type of bird is a pelt? And he just goes,
Kinda, no.
do you actually think a mongoose is a type of goose? I was like, is it not?
Oh wait, okay, is that what a mongoose looks like? I just looked it up right now. I did not know that's what it looked like. I thought it was some kind of like bearish creature.
Why does nobody know what a mongoose looks like?
Because we've never seen one, clearly.
Yeah, you don't live here.
No one ever
Just get
talks
surrounded
about
by
it.
them. They
Oh,
talk
it's
about them
cute.
in that they eat snakes.
What?
The natural predator to the snake is the mongoose.
That's insane.
Oh, it's cow. Never mind. It's not cute anymore. I saw a picture of one hissing.
So, Jaden, your favorite meme?
It's
Mem.
like, pitch, I'm gonna try and show it. It's like Jake the dog from Adventure Time, but his face has been replaced with Snoop Dogg's face.
That's perfect.
Oh dear.
It's so good.
For anyone who can't see this, this is the most horrific thing.
Please just look that up. Jake the dog with Snoop Dogg's face.
I've seen
I found it on like a friend sent it to me, and I was like, that is the greatest thing ever.
I've seen heaven.
Mine would either be Get
You're right.
Wrecked M9, or is Get Wrecked M9, because obviously being British, we used to type M8 to each other back when we were teenagers and did text speak. So I totally recognise the misspelling of M9 because it happens so much. So it takes me back. And I just love the phrase Get Wrecked because it's so misspelled and it's so like, it's non-substantial at all. It doesn't mean fucking anything. The other one is it's a picture of Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
Oh man.
Squinting, and the caption is, "Do Scooby got a booty?" And it closes in on his eyes, and it just says, "Scooby-Doo." And that is my absolute favourite currently.
Oh my god.
That and They Don't Think It Be But It Do.
Oh, that one's a pretty good one. I also recently started loving Hey Mem. Like start calling things mem.
And then, fun fact, I used a meme in one of my first year presentations. It was the Velociraptor.
Ugh. Why?
I did a presentation on alcohol and drug abuse with the Velociraptor meme that goes, if somebody with multiple personality disorder threatens suicide, is it a hostage situation?
That is actually a pretty good one.
Pretty sure that's why I got a first in that module.
Oh man. My World Lit teacher actually uses a lot of memes, mostly GIFs, like to help explain a lot of the myths that we've been reading. Like he did the entire myth about Persephone and Demeter and Hades, all in memes.
That sounds amazing.
Nice.
That's the best way to learn, with memes.
Ooh, this is a really good question. If each of the cast members had a D&D alignment, what would they be? So every D&D campaign I've played so far, I've been a bard, and I'm very astrologically driven. Like I love astrology. I've studied it all of my life, and with considering all of at least my rising, my moon, and my sun have all been highly charisma based. I want to play a charisma-based character. And, I mean, bards are jack of all trades, and I like to think I have some, even some mediocre other talents outside of being a photographer, which I'm still convinced I'm amateur at best for. Don't look at me like that. But, yeah. Bard. Love him.
I'm gonna sound really stupid. What are we meaning by when we say D&D?
Dungeons and Dragons, so basically, like...
Oh, I don't play that whatsoever. I'm sorry.
Then, okay, you do play video games, right?
I mean, Pokemon, and that's it.
Well, if you were a class type, like, would you think you'd be someone who does range attacks? Do you think you'd be someone who's more on the manipulative side, kind of like,
Okay, for Jess, let's switch this around. If what kind of type would you be? What Pokemon type would you be?
Yeah, there you go.
Dual types are allowed.
Definitely water type. That's just primarily what I choose when I pick my starters. Yay, changing
Oops.
the quest for Jessica!
Sorry.
I have no idea how to answer this question.
not saying.
Yeah, we're mouthing shit to each other.
Which is great for an audio podcast. Well, do you know much
So what's
about
good?
video game? Do you play any video games particularly?
I'm probably one that no one's heard of, which is called Broforce. Has anyone?
I've heard of it.
It's like a super retro platformer where you just kill everyone and make everything blow
Jesus fucking Christ.
up.
It's like an 8-bit sort of.
Yeah, you're like this American military squad, and then you have to kill terrorists, and then you fight Satan at the end.
Same.
So, yeah, all the characters are like movie characters, like RoboCop and the Men in Black person and Predator and all that kind of stuff.
Men in Black person.
Rambo, Terminator, all that kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah, probably no one's seen it or heard of it.
Hipster.
But still doesn't help me answer the question.
Don't worry about it. I've only played D&D a few times. Because it was a few times, it was one campaign. So I had to make one character. You spend an hour making your fucking character.
Oh my god, I know.
It's like, I don't spend that much time on like a face creator on like Fallout 4 or Skyrim or anything, let alone what's your charisma level? I don't know, maximum. You can't have maximum. Fine, one less than maximum. Jesus. What's your sneaky level? Well, what am I in this? Oh, I'm a giant orc. Probably not high then, is it? I always go for a paladin because I love paladins, and when I used to play World of Warcraft, because I had no social life, I was a paladin.
So you were a Jedi, essentially?
Basically, I was a holy knight. And I think that was ironic because I am the least religious human being that exists.
I'm still pretty convinced that Jesus is supposed to be some sort of white necromancer.
I have raised myself back from the dead. I will return for you at some point. To cleanse us of our sins, right? Yeah, sure.
Oh man, it's surprising, but I'm
Yeah, that. That's totally what Jesus probably sounded like.
Jesus definitely sounded like Skeletor from He-Man.
can't make any jokes
About Skeletor?
about Jesus because I'm a Christian.
It's fine, I'm supposed to be a Jew.
Supposed to be is the key time.
Supposed to be.
The key time.
Vicious that God left us in the desert for 40 years to then settle in the fucking desert. Good job, mate.
Yeah.
We set up Israel. Oh, it's in the desert. Oh, good. Familiar surroundings for us there.
Actually, I have a box from Jerusalem, which is kind of cool.
Well,
Got anything in it?
No, it's just dust.
I got some sand. Where? From Israel. So the sandiest of sand? Yeah. Jew sand.
Yeah.
Good shit, mate. Good shit. That's apparently what Australians sound like.
Being Jew. Yes, Sandmonk. Do we have more questions?
Do you have any questions you wanted to add? Because I only have one more.
I haven't really gotten anything that would be applicable. Anybody else got any questions?
No.
I know I'll think of like heaps later after this has ended.
Okay.
It's gonna be run.
All right, then I'll just answer this last question, which isn't even an ask.
It's the thing, isn't it?
It's like, I think it's probably just going to be something somebody asks at least once every podcast. So who wants to go first?
I'm going to go last.
Why, you pussy?
No, because I'm the most able to do it. So
Then say it.
You three struggle between yourselves.
Then just say
You're
it.
just a sick person.
If you can say it so easily, then just do it.
Fine. Tickle, tickle, tickle.
that what we have to say?
That's it, mate. Or any variation.
Mark,
That's it.
you had to do the thing.
I did the thing, and you know what?
You could have
Because
been
it
next.
messes with you so much, I'm actually going to do it again after you three have had your turn.
You suck.
I'm going to quickly disconnect.
Why am I friends with you?
God save the
Fucking
queen.
Jaden DC.
Escape pod.
Come on.
I'll go. Okay.
You're
Ready?
wasted.
Okay. Tickle.
We're all saying this like it's fucking like diarrhea.
I don't like saying it.
Okay, moist. Good.
You.
Jaden?
Yeah, alright, I'm going next.
Yeah?
Alright.
I like how you're preparing yourself, rolling up the sleeves.
Little stuff a step.
Tickling.
Okay. And, well, yeah, let's look at the time. Time to go. Thanks for listening to
Yeah.
Teacock.
Oh, would you look at the time? It's Boston is a little bitch o'clock.
Wow. Oh, wow. You're gonna get it later
Having
then.
enough pills.
Excuse me?
It's your meds time.
Wow.
You need to take your medication for the little bitch syndrome you've got.
Really?
Straight savage.
Then you're gonna get it after this. Tickle.
Jaden legit had to leave because that was too fucking savage.
So savage.
Well, I just said it and you missed
I
it,
should
so...
kill him.
I am literally, guys. If you don't hear from me, if anybody listens to this doesn't hear from me after this episode,
I've killed him.
that's legit killed me.
I do.
I'm worried she will. Go on then, come on.
I already said it.
No, nobody heard it. Come on.
What do you mean nobody heard it? Jess?
Nobody heard it.
I heard it.
I
Jaden?
didn't hear it.
Yeah.
No.
You see, 2 out of 4.
James, did you hear it?
I did actually.
Oh, come on, mate.
Damn it.
Oh, so that's 2 on each side. So we need confirmation, which means you're gonna have to say it again.
God save the queen. I've said it at least several times in this podcast. I really don't think I should have to.
That's up to you. But we have fans now, and they're going to be disappointed. So really, you're letting them down. Can you live without? Can you sleep tonight without on your conscience?
Fuck yourself. Fuck yourself. You're gonna get it after this tickle.
Not difficult at all.
Fuck you.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm not a ticklish person.
Mer.
Typical.
Ah.
Ah!
Mer.
Stop doing your little dance.
Mer.
No.
Am I the only one who didn't wear pants this episode?
Alex didn't either.
Hey!
Hey, the no pants episode. Yes, thank you for fanning me. Jesus Christ. James over here being my little assistant.
One of the symptoms of little bitch syndrome is hot flashes. So
Wow, really, thanks. Fuck yourself. Oh, shut up.
Oh, damn.
Ugh. You're gonna add to this, aren't you? You're gonna do it, aren't you?
Do it.
No.
Do it. It's not a
Yeah, we'll do it at once with Boston.
Yeah.
Mer. I will actually die.
All right, I'm gonna count down.
But I love her too much.
God
Go
save the
after
queen.
one.
God save the queen. Go
3,
fuck
2, 1. Tick.
Tickling.
I hate you. Mer. It was not as bad as I expected it to be. But I'm. Okay. Before I end up dying on this next episode, and I'm not going to be around for the next episode. Thank you once again all for listening to Tea Talk. This has been Mistress Boston.
And this has been Just the Ticklish.
And this has been very overcomplicated.
And I've been that plumber that you call around who says he can fix it, but he's gonna need to get the new parts. So you might as well just replace the whole thing.
And thank you all once again. We hope to hear from you all soon with any questions and topics you'd like to discuss with us. Stick around for the next
Shit, you
episode.
fuckers.
What? All right, bye.